Good morning, Scorpio. This is going to be your new reading. I finally finished up all of my May readings yesterday, and I said, you know what, I'm going to take a week off. And I said, no, I'm going to at least do Scorpio and Sagittarius this week, because I am a Scorpio and I needed a reading as well. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I hope everybody's safe. It seems like in this matrix that we're in, we went straight from a pandemic, a virus, to lots of civil unrest. And I'm not saying that it wasn't needed, but I just hope everybody is safe. Try to always choose love, even when it's not easy. I have channeled quite a bit over the past day and a half about the patriarchy and the necessary role in this matrix that, we're living and simulating in our experiences. But I'm not yet ready to share those things yet, because I have to have I learn by, people can tell me things all day long, but I have to really experience it. I have to really learn it for myself, and it has to really resonate. So I'm not really ready to discuss it until I completely understand it, because I don't just go off of what I've heard. I have to really check in and make sure that it's accurate information. And I have set the intention that my readings, give me a card for Scorpio, please, be as clear and concise as my own inner guidance that I receive, so that I can give you the best possible messages. But just know that there's a lot more going on in this matrix. I'm going to take one off the bottom because I was told to, than we realize. And I'll leave it at that for right now. But I do have a new page where I share different downloads of information that I do channel, and I will share the link in the description of the video. Come on, give me a witch's card for Scorpio. There we go. Give me a vampire card for Scorpio. Too many. Give me a vampire card for Scorpio. There we go. Energy Oracle card for Scorpio. And Energy Oracle card for Scorpio. Need a clear card for Scorpio. My fortune telling deck. Need a card for Scorpio. And one just turned over. Oh, there we go. Okay, I need one more. Give me one of these fairy cards. A fairy card for Scorpio. And that one is really, really trying to come out. Okay, so the first card that I have is the Nine of Swords. So you're feeling a little wore down right now. Really realizing all the anxiety and all the stress and all the burden that you've been carrying around. And the inner guidance that's coming through, the spiritual guidance that's coming through right now, is to let it go. Put down this load. Stop worrying about everything. Stop worrying about everyone, because it is depleting your energy and is taking away from you manifesting what you do want in your life, because you're too busy focused on anxieties and worries and the cares that you have right now. So you're really being asked to put those down. We have the World card, because it feels like you've got like the whole world on your shoulders. And there's a lot going on right now in the world, a lot to really be concerned about. 2020 has been quite the year, hasn't it? But more and more people, like, we look at things and we're like, oh, this is bad. Um, we've got, people out here protesting, people out here rioting. When we look at that and we think, oh, this is bad. Okay, what if, okay, and I've been saying for a long time that everyone's spiritual awakening is different. It could be the loss of a loved one, it could be a near death experience, it could be meeting your twin flame, in physical form. That's what happened to me. But I feel like everything that's been going on has been to awaken everybody, to wake up to the fact that, man, I need to take my power back. I need to stop being scared of things. I need to speak my truth. So it's not a bad thing. People are just waking up like never before. And it's what needed to happen. We have the Page of Coins. This is, to me, this represents a new beginning. A new beginning in your finances. Maybe, you're like me, you decided to work for yourself, take a giant leap of faith and, start that business, go back to school, whatever it is that you were planning on doing, now is the time. Don't waste any more time. Start living today. Stop waiting. Stop making excuses. Do it today. And have faith. All it takes is faith the size of a mustard seed, and you'll be successful at whatever it is you are trying to do, that you are going to do. Book of Shadows Secret. Basically what I'm getting with this is, don't be scared to ask for help, and don't be scared to speak your truth. We Scorpios tend to be real mysterious, and we really keep things to ourselves. Especially like feelings, emotions, because we always kind of have that mysteriousness about us. And the guidance that's coming through is that you don't have to be so mysterious. You just have to be authentic. And so start speaking your truth, and don't be scared to tell people but there's a way to do things. I'm learning there's a way to do things. You can tell people, look, I don't like that. I don't like it. Stop doing that. And you start noticing other people's shit because you've really checked in and you recognize your shit now. So you recognize it in other people. And I have said before that people are a mirror, that they show us where we're energetically at. But once you really start to ascend and spiritually awaken, you realize that you actually are responding to their energy. Kind of taking it on as your own. A lot of people won't even kind of get to this point, because everyone is empathic. It just depends on what level of consciousness that you're on. So whenever somebody shows you something, you need to stand back and you need to look at it, and you need to determine what is your energy and what is theirs and how you're going to respond. And that is an ancient secret that I just shared with you. We have Ace of Swords. And once again, this is a new beginning too. We have lots of new beginnings, but this Ace of Swords right here, this is really asking you to put down this burden of the stress and the worries that you've been taking on, and really have faith. Every time, a situation comes up, we sit and we worry about it. Like, how are we going to fix this? How are we going to make it right? And then finally you fall into this place of, well, all I can do is just trust and have faith it's going to work out, and it does. Well, what if you just went straight from A to B to faith, and you just skipped all of the worry and anxiety in the middle, in between, just went straight to faith, knowing that whatever's for you, you will have in the most perfect way. It can't miss you. You will manifest so much quicker this way, and this is what you're being asked to do. Get out of your head. Hope, anticipation, bright spot, prospects, wish. So you have to really know what it is that you want. You know, for so long, I feel like you didn't know what you wanted because you came from a place of fear. You know, for a lot of us, it's this energy of, you know, even when like a relationship is over and you know, like it's way past the expiration date, it's time to move on. You still just want to, you're in it to win it. Even when a job has lost its appeal, you're in it to win it because, you know, it's this competitiveness, this competition that's inside of you that you don't have anything to prove to anybody but yourself. And make yourself happy and leave all the other bullshit at home. If it no longer resonates, leave it alone. Move on to something else. It's nobody's fault. You're not going to look like the bad guy. I don't know. That just came up for somebody. You're not going to look like the bad guy. Put yourself first. But know how to communicate in a way that is almost charming. That you can speak your truth, and it's almost like this nasty, nice energy that I learned to do a long time ago, where you can come across but not nasty, nice, but like say it, but say it in a way that is polite. I hope that makes sense to you. Because I know we Scorpios can be a little rough. And people tend to take it a little better if you add a little sugar, a little honey, a little spice in there with it. Queen of Coins. Lots of money coming your way, Scorpio. Lots of money. Especially when you learn to go straight to faith and leave the anxiety at home. Lots of money. Lots of doors are about to be open for you. You're about to really start manifesting more and more like never before. Be ready for it. You know, start being grateful for it now because it's yours and it's coming. Because we have the victory card. So basically the only blocks that you are really still having, Scorpio, are in your own head. They're all self-created. These are all blocks. And anytime, you know, like for me, for example, you know, I work in sales. I have my own business. You know, business was kind of slow for a couple of days. These past 2 days, I was like, oh, well, you know, it's the end of the month. You know, there's a lot going on right now, you know, and my inner guidance was, you're creating blocks because there is no time. And if you are to manifest it, it does not make any difference what day of the month it is. How limiting is that? So make sure that anything like that you are telling yourself, any type of blocks that you're coming up with in your head, any type of excuses, you clear them because they're not real. The soul is very powerful energy and it can accomplish anything. Once you really decide what it is that you want, but you have to decide from not a place of fear. Like, I don't want this person to be with somebody else. God, what would happen if, you know, I walked away and they were with someone else and I had to see it on social media, or I had to hear about it. Now, granted, you know, I really don't want to be in this relationship anymore, but I don't want to lose to someone else. Clear that energy. And stop worrying about what people think about you or how they feel about you, and always do what's best for you. And we have the moon, so we have the sun and the moon. So I'm reading this as masculine and feminine energy. And the two are getting balanced. And I'm not saying everyone should be in their gender roles, but I'm saying everyone should be in touch with both their masculine and their feminine sides. They need to be balanced. Because when they're not balanced, that's when it creates friction. That's when it creates conflict, because it's like those gender lines are blurred. And so many times, you know, you have, like for me, for example, I was raised by a single mom, so I was always in my masculine energy. You know, and I've met men who are raised by a single mom who are in their feminine energy. Now, understand this is the conditioning that we decided to take on when we incarnated in the bodies that we're in. But sometimes you have to step back, and this is how people learn from one another. I'm going to try to explain it more. Community. There's a lot going on in communities right now. Communities are really hurting. Try to show love as much as you can to other people, kindness. It's up to each and every one of us to raise the vibrations of our own community by transmuting those lower energies into love, into light, because we attract what we are. So if you come at things from hatred, from not understanding someone else's point of view or where they're coming from their human conditioning that they've taken on, and we don't understand that, and we're very critical and we're very judgmental, guess what? We're going to get the same thing right back. So just make sure that, I'm not saying stay neutral, but always choose love, always take the high road. And that goes with your relationships too. You don't always have to be right. Would it hurt you to say, okay, you know what? Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm not looking at this from the right perspective. And that's fine. And stop arguing with people. You don't have to win, and this is how you have connections where you actually learn from others and they learn from you. Connections that you'll never forget. More meaningful. Two of Staffs. Make sure that you are doing self-care every day. Like I said, times are kind of tough right now, so do something for yourself. Whatever it is that you do for self-care that makes you feel happy, because this also will put you in the perfect vibration that you need to be in to manifest whatever you want, because you're focused on yourself. And understand, when you're focused on yourself, everything that you want, everything that you desire has no choice but to come to you, because you're not focused outside of yourself. You're not focused on lack, on what you don't have. So whatever type of self-care that you do, you're being asked to continue to do that. And if you don't do self-care, find things that do make you happy. I take a bath, I listen to meditation music. I sit back and I soak in the tub, and it's really, really nice. So things like that, whatever it is that you do. We have the trickster, deceit, betrayal, guile. I know, I have been, betrayed just in the past 2 weeks by somebody who, I trusted, who I really cared about. And it was really, really hard for me. But, I've been able to really see it now that I picked up on, early on, I kind of picked up on some negative energy from her. Now, I attributed it to myself. I said, okay, well, maybe this is something I'm feeling. I had picked up on those feelings from her early on. And I created a whole story around it. I was like, yeah, I know what she's about to do. She's about to do some shady stuff. And she did. Now, did I create that? Yes, I did. What would have been the ideal situation to handle that when I did pick up on some negative, what I felt like were some negative feelings coming from her? I could have told myself, you know what? I realize this is a test to teach me more, to help me grow more, to help me expand more. And you know what? I'm grateful for that. And I'm not going to make any more out of it than that. I'm going to send her love, send her best wishes, and be on my way and not focus on it anymore. That would have been the ideal situation. But instead, I added energy to it. I created a whole story. And before you know it, it was in my face. And respect is a funny thing. We want respect. I've been channeling a lot about respect lately. But respect has to do with us needing approval from others. We need them to see us in a certain light. And do we really? Can you just respect yourself? All right, I'm going to pull one of these self-compassion cards because I'm being divinely guided to do that. No love energy really came through today. Once again, I feel like we're just very self-focused right now, and that's where we need to be at, and everything else will fall into place. Only human. Consider one of your heroes or role models. What three things do they have in common with them as a human being? I feel like this is really asking you to look at what qualities that you would look for in another, someone that you would want to share time with, spend time with. And it's all right to have preferences. So, what kind of preferences, what kinds of things do you prefer in people? And really focus on those. And you know what? That's how you will find your soul tribe, your people. That, and you will also attract these type of situations in others instead of these type of situations. Well, Scorpio, thank you for watching, and do like my page. I'm going to share the link in the description of the video. Thank you for watching.